The first independent store in Nipigon was built on the current location of the Nipigon Historical Museum by William and Georgina McKirdy in 1887. The store catered to the needs of local town people, railway, bushworkers, and gentlemen anglers who made their way to the area for the best brook trout fishing in the world. The building was so big, it stretched from the corner of 3rd Street almost to the alley. In 1938, Fred Sanderson bought the property, and in 1944, the southern piece was sold to Ava and Charles Schwazala, who ran a taxi stand for many years. Over the years, the southern section became Centra Gas, a pool hall and a restaurant. In 1949, Alfred Vivone owned the middle section of the lot, having bought a piece from both Thompson and Schwazala and built the Liberty Cafe. The cafe remained open until 1979 when Terry Winfield purchased the property and created a clothing and shoe store, which eventually became known as Doc's Menswear, located at 46 Front Street. Recently, the building has been home to a computer repair store, Mama G's Cafe, and is now home to the La Luna Cafe. Charles and Mary Thompson bought the northern portion, built a large building, and moved their drugstore from across the lane. There, Dr. A.H. Jeffrey made his practice in the basement. In 1957, Thompson severed a section of the lot and sold it to Alex Fraser, who opened up a radio and television repair shop. Today, it is home to the thrift store, which is owned and operated by local churches. Clarence and Gladys Saunders ran a grocery store since the 1960s.
In 1972, drugstore, Morris Thompson was a druggist, Morris Thompson. And the office was over by the window there, and there's a magazine rack down here, and the air ducts for the heat. And we believe that somebody was looking through the magazines, and they dropped a cigarette in the heat duct and caught fire. And in the middle of the night, it came down, and this brick wall, it's this brick wall down here, and it was red hot. Very heavy here. All the can goes off the front and took all the good stuff.
Following the fire, the drugstore moved down the street beside the International Hotel, and Saunders bought the property and returned to full operation 2 years later. The grocery store closed in the 1990s. In 1904, a building was constructed on the corner of Newton and 2nd Street as an engineering office for the Canadian Northern Railroad. In 1905, Dr. Herman Bryan arrived to take care of the railway workers who took up residence there, and was the first doctor in town. Upon completion of the CNR in 1913, it was sold to a resident fur trader, Fred Sanderson. Carl Solander purchased it as a boarding house in the 1920s, and in 1942, Brompton Pulp and Paper Company acquired its woods office in connection with the Red Rock paper mill. Ownership passed to St. Lawrence and Domtar Woodlands, who then moved into the town of Red Rock. Domtar generously sold the building and the grounds to the Township of Nipigon for the sum of $1, with the provision that it be used as a museum for the preservation of the heritage of the Nipigon area. In June 1973, the Nipigon Historical Museum officially opened its doors to the public. On February 11, 1990, an early morning fire caused by a broken gas meter destroyed the museum. Thanks to the work of many volunteers, most of the artifacts were salvaged. In the year 2000, the Township of Nipigon bought the Front Street building, and the Nipigon Historical Museum had a new home.